while we over here just fucking shooting the breeze, talking about the next conspiracy theory after conspiracy theory. You know, eventually one day, us citizens in the US will live our own lives too. And we will pursue happiness because they out here thinking like they can't do that. They real life think like the man is out to get them. I can't even fake. I used to think that too. I used to think that too. But when I started to live my life for me, you feel me? And break away from the mental shackles that was indoctrinated within us from the moment we started school institutions, it was really freeing. It is really freeing actually. Like I wake up every day and I be excited because bitch, this is my job. This is quite literally my job now. And I create things. I write books. I write audio series. Okay. I just be doing my thing. And I'm happy. And the money be flowing in. Like I'm not even going to lie. Like since everything been taken off, it's definitely been a little slow, but it's picking up. It's picking up. Case in point, like money is not everything. It's not everything. It's definitely not the root of all evil. But it be abundance in other ways. Like this was a great opportunity. I just figured out fucking StreamYard, and I'm definitely gonna be on this bitch the fuck all the time. But y'all, I'm about to get off TikTok, okay? Y'all, I'm on TikTok right now. I'm talking to my other streamers over here, okay? So I'm about to get off TikTok right now, right? And I need to make sure my live is situated with my Rumble. But y'all, if y'all love me so much, follow your girl and catch me in my next live, okay? Normally I be on here like 3 times out the day, but sometimes you might only catch me once or twice. I have a time frame. Just, you know, go check out my profile. Go check out my profile. I got a couple of posts in there telling y'all when I go live. But I love y'all. I'll see y'all later. See y'all later or whatever. But thank y'all again so much for coming out and telling me how beautiful I am. Cause I'm is. Cause I'm is. Cause I'm is. Yes I'm is. Yes I'm is. I'm so beautiful. All right. I'm on your ass. Okay, bitch, I'm on your ass. I'm on your ass, bitch. Because I'm not finna play with y'all. I'm not. I feel like we're gonna have some feathers ruffled today, but that's okay. And I'm gonna tell y'all why. Because so was mine. So was my feathers, okay? I was upset too when I found this out. I'm not even gonna hold you. But at the end of the day, y'all, sometimes the truth is not pretty. Sometimes the truth is not pretty, but so what? The truth is truth. Like, y'all didn't like to hear that some of y'all celebrities was out here fucking with children and shit. Okay. Am I allowed to say that? Allegedly. Allegedly. Bitch, I'm from TikTok. I'm from TikTok. I'm traumatized. They be trying to silence me. But for real. Y'all, I'm in here. I'm in Rumble now. So no bullshit. Y'all, like when I tell you I was willing to roll to the ends for the fucking Anunnaki, bitch. I'm like, center of the earth, where the fuck is it? I'm there. I'm not though. I'm not. Okay, so today, I'm not sure how many people are viewing the live from Rumble because I'm in motherfucking I'm a StreamYard, okay, and I connected the two because the motherfucking likes that. It took me a good motherfucking minute to figure it out, but I did, and it's my first time, okay. But these are the topics. We're talking about Anunnaki, okay. We're talking about flat Earth. Is it flat? Is it round? You're going to find out today. We're also talking about the RH bloodline. Now we have to talk about that if we're going to be talking about the Anunnaki. I'm finna blow your fucking minds because I blew my own mind with this motherfucking shit. Okay? With this info, my own mind was quite literally blown. I mean, clearly it's still intact. My beautiful skull piece is still popping. However, I definitely cried. I'm kind of embarrassed to say this, but I definitely cried when I had to come to terms with this information because why? Why would they ever lie to us like that? Right? I already left the church and their lies, society and their constant lies, and brainwash and indoctrination just to enter the spiritual community and be lied to the fuck again. It was heartbreaking. Breaking. It was breaking. My heart was broken. I still feel in my chest right here. It's not a good feeling. It's not a good feeling, but when I tell you that you gotta let it go, you gotta let it go right now. You gotta let it go right now. You got to start anew, okay? As a practitioner and a user of tarot as a tool for divination, and really, I don't even need it because my intuition is sharp. And I can notice when it is communicating with me. Case in point, why I'm here talking about these topics with y'all today. When I told y'all I was gonna go live about this fucking Friday, not only did TikTok not let my post go through, there were mysterious things happening in my vicinity. I would just say that. I'll just say that. Okay. Bitches even hopped on my TikTok. It low key threatened my ass, bitch. Then I went to my cards and I saw Spirit got you. And I was like, okay, bitch, I'm gonna do my thing then. I'm going to do my thing then. Because my higher self got me. Case in point, every moment of fucking every day. Anyway, when I tell y'all, this shit is so upsetting. Okay? Just buckle your seat. But again, as a practitioner and a user of tarot for divination, there are two cards that you're going to have to, two energies that you're going to have to start to embody. Okay? The death card, which is not physical death, it's the ego death. Okay? It is letting go of the ego or an identity that you currently are holding on to. Okay? That and the fact, what's another card? Oh, no, three actually. The death card, ego death. The hermit and the fool card. Okay, because once you kill that identity, you're going to have to start anew. This this is a whole new journey that you will be embarking with, and I will hold your hand every step of the fucking way, okay? And you're gonna have to be in hermit mode because you're quite literally not gonna be able to talk to anyone. I mean, not outside of like little regular shit, but when I tell you, stepping away from the Anunnaki and or spiritual community that are heavy in their beliefs of Galactic Federation, Anunnaki, whoop whoop, whatever. They're gonna have something to say. I'll say that. They're gonna have a lot of things to say. But no one is going to be like, oh, well, where you get this information from? And you tell them, well, this girl who was saying how it came from her higher self, I'm gonna start learning how to read my intuition and know when it's talking to me so I can double check what the fuck she said and double check what the fuck I've been reading and or learning these past couple of years. Some of y'all older than me, and it's gonna be even harder for y'all to come to terms with this shit. It is what it is. Look, check it. First, let's state the obvious. The people who channel, the people who are channeling, they really are. But are the entities they are channeling credible, trustworthy? And if so, how do they know? Oh, I got a feeling that they are. I had that feeling too. Had that feeling too. But the thing about it is, once you start to communicate with your intuition, which is literally tapped into source energy, all, and it goes beyond channeling an entity. See, now at that point, you are channeling or tapping into what most people like to believe the are or to call the Akashic records, right? I call it the web, right? Like a spider web, if you will, or the roots of a tree. It is spread throughout the multiverse, okay? In the memory that is stored as if it is a database within these webs and or roots. It's undeniable. But if you speak into an entity that can use telepathy, yeah, right? That's telepathic. You hear this whole separate voice that sounds completely different from your own. Ooh, look. Let's check and see what we looking like on Rumble, okay? Because when I tell y'all we finna talk about it tonight, we finna fucking talk about it tonight. And again, I'm not discrediting the channelers out there. Y'all definitely channeling something. My intuition is telling me that. However, though, have you once questioned? And I'm not saying just like, hey, how's breakfast? I mean that gut feeling question that you've been wanting to ask, but for some reason you keep not doing it. Are you lying to me? Who are the Anunnaki really? Why are you taking so long to show yourself? Why do you need humanity to be in a certain state of mind to accept you? Why can't you just show up and work through the acceptance like that? Why do you need a certain amount of people to believe in you? Have y'all ever seen that movie Red Dawn? Where at the end they separated the children from the parents, brainwashed the children, and convinced them to what? Fight their own people. Was it Red Dawn or was it something else? It was something like Red Dawn. It was something where there was an invasion of sorts, and there was some entities, and they separated the children from the parents, and they convinced the children that they were fighting off invaders, but really they were the invaders, and who they actually were fighting because they had some type of helmet headgear on, and they couldn't really see what the people were that they were shooting and or fighting, right? However, one of them ended up taking their headgear off, and they saw this human person, and they were shocked. You see where I'm going with this? If you don't use your own senses and your own intuitions to actually ask the questions when you end up channeling these entities, because they know exactly who the fuck to go to and who not to go to. And I'm going to tell you why when we get into the motherfucking conversation about the fucking RH negative bloodline, okay? They know who to talk to. Them bitches know who to talk to. Them bitches don't talk to me. Them bitches do not talk to me. Hilarious. But they did try. They did try. I'm telling y'all. First of all, let me do my credits, okay? So when I first entered the Anunnaki community, I was studying it for probably almost a year and a half. And anytime I study anything, I go full fucking throttle, right? I immerse myself in it. Books, audio, all of it. Quite literally almost brainwash myself listening to that shit night and day and in my motherfucking sleep. Now that being said, I had an experience where I had some type of shadow over me while I was sleeping. Those of you in the witch community, those of you who are seers, if you fucking know, you know what I'm talking about. Some of y'all see shadows all fucking time. Yeah, okay. Anyway, it was standing over my bed, and I was in a state of not so much paralysis because I turned over, so I could still move. But when I came to after the experience, I realized that I didn't move at all. I just felt like I did. Just like I felt like my eyes was open, but they weren't. Yeah. So when people tell you that when you start to astro project and or astro travel, when you are in the state right before you depart and go on your astro journey, you can see your surroundings as if your eyes are literally open, right? The visualization technique becomes that vivid. So at that state in time, I ended up leaving my body and going up into the sky, like all the way up, and like through the clouds and shit like that. And in what my core belief of space is, because when I tell you, when you have these experiences, and I know I'm not the only one. I heard another shorty went through it recently, actually. So I know it's a lot of you out there that's gone through this experience. When I'm telling you, anything you've seen in that state is literally just the astral realm communicating with you based off of your core beliefs. Based off of your core beliefs, so you don't fucking lose your shit. Ask somebody who's ever been on DMT. Ask them. Ask someone who's ever been on DMT. You know, when you be on there and you end up like in the astral realms and you be seeing trippy shit, is it true that like you only see what you are led to believe throughout your life? They tell you this. Even the shamans go like, yeah, that's a thing. And it's so you don't end up brain dead at the end of the experience from just seeing some shit that you could not handle. They have to communicate to you based off of what your subconscious mind can handle. That's it. That's facts. So at that time, I was being shown the astral realm, right? But it seemed like outer space. And this entity was communicating with me. And he looked like Yahweh, bitch. He looked like the motherfucking Black Jesus, the Black Messiah that all of y'all sitting here waiting for. And he had the aliens from the movie Predator on either side of him. And they were standing upright. They had like a little staff in their motherfucking hand. Bitch, I remember this vividly and I will never fucking forget that shit. Because my intuition makes sure I don't. So I can come here and tell y'all what the fuck is going on. So, you know, ended up doing the whole bended knee thing. Like, oh, father. Oh, captain, my captain, bitch. Bitch, I was crying. And I was like, I've sinned so much. Just please forgive me. I don't want to go to hell. He was like, your sins have been forgiven, my child. And I was like, bet. And then I was like, thinking at the same time, you know what? It's forgiven because I forgive myself. And I was already subconsciously going through that phase of my own before I even had this experience. I've been dealing with the struggles of being a woman that has had an abortion before. And when I tell you, I personally don't believe that there's a woman alive today that don't feel some type of way after that type of experience. I know I couldn't. And I have 2 children since then, and I literally could never ever fucking do it again. But that being said, I definitely fucking will keep my legs closed and just not be out here willy nilly with just any motherfucking nigga. That leads to making babies. But yeah, so just diabolical. Look, then he was like, look, you forgiven. And he was like, rise or whatever. And I stood up, still teary-eyed, because I felt myself crying in the fucking experience and through the astral projection. Because when I woke up, like when I came back to my body, I'm fast forwarding, but still, when I came back to my body, bitch, my eyes was wet. My face was wet, bitch. I was literally crying. But all right, let's backtrack now. He was like, rise or whatever. And I was like, bet. I got up. I looked him in his face and he was like, now go forth and spread my doctrine. And I was like, okay. And then I went to turn away, but then I stopped and I looked back at him and he was just stern. like this. And I was like, look, I don't mean no disrespect, but I don't know what type of doctrine you want me to spread, but the only thing I can spread when I get back is peace and love. That's it. When I tell y'all, this nigga made some type of weird ass smirk. Like, you know, when you see somebody that's like eyeing their meal and they meal look clever. Like your meal just got away from you and you like, all right, cool. You got away this time. But I'm gonna keep my eye on you type shit. I ended up snapping back into my body. Like the way that I snapped back to my body was like a rubber band. And the girl talked about that shit too. Like it's the cord, it's the etheric cord that's attached to your soul and your body. And after that shit, y'all, I was wired. I was wired. I kept trying to go back to sleep and grasp that feeling to go like, did I do something wrong? Why the fuck was he looking at me like that? Just so many questions in my head. And I was just like, but when I tell you, looking back on that experience now, intuition is screaming at me like, yeah, you know what the fuck that was. Yeah, you know what the fuck that was. And it's crazy because y'all seen the movie Black Panther, the first one, when he was taking the fruit for the first time and he ended up in the ancestral realm. Why the fuck the ancestral realm got vivid ass stars everywhere? It's the astral realm. It is the astral realm. It is the space in between. Like if you ever, if for my motherfucking Bleach people out there, and if you don't know what the fuck Bleach is, it's an anime, bitch, go look it up. There's this space in between the world of the living and the world of the dead. That space in between is black darkness, triple darkness, and you can get lost in there. So yeah, let me make sure I'm live right now. Let me make sure I'm live right now because okay, we got 2 viewers. Y'all give me 1 second. Yes, bitch, we is live. Okay, so bet. That's what it is. Okay, that's what it is. And I'm telling you, I know this for a fact because that is the image that my intuition gave to me to help me understand what it is that I experience in a way that I've already seen and or experienced from a past. Like when I tell y'all your intuition talks to you through visions and or images that pop up in your mind. It could be a movie, a scene from a movie you saw before, TV show you saw before, your personal life experience, something you've observed from someone else's life. Like those things you have emotional attachments to. So if your intuition can communicate to you through feelings, then it's going to communicate to you through visions and or sounds that are also associated with those feelings. So now that we've gotten that out of the way, at that same time, I was still not truly grasping what it was that I experienced. Okay. And I was just pressed about the fact that, bitch, I had an astral projection and I saw the motherfuckers. I was like, yeah, these motherfuckers must be real, bitch, because I seen it. Yet and still, like now, I'm seeing the image of this TV show that people was talking about for a good minute about how it was a real old TV show. It was like a short, like a little TV clip. And it was about, aliens coming and making a deal with humanity to hand over all their black people. And then they will give them like resources or whatever the fuck, right? But it's showing me the broadcast from the entity that was talking, right? If you notice in that clip, there was a humanoid person talking, but the broadcast kept glitching, and you would see some ugly looking creature overlapping with the human man that was talking. The idea of humanoid Annunaki that look like black people, that's the mask. That's the mask. Let me say this. Let me say this. Do they have hair? Yes. Do they have like shades? They certainly do. They got all types of shades of skin complexions. Hold on. Give me a sec. Yeah. So they definitely come in different shades. Red, black, like black as shit. Like this top, this dress that I'm wearing, this tube top dress, that black, like this black. Yeah. Is it some brown folks? Absolutely. But when I tell you why, you're gonna flip your shit. All right, let's get into it. Now that we've touched on a little backstory, there was something else that I wanted to say. Spirit, help me out, because I was giving you my criteria. I mean, my credits. So it was that experience, and what else? I'm gonna remember it. My vessel is getting a little sleepy. 12:12 on a fucking. Okay, so look. Oh yeah, the other thing was this experience that I had with a meditation technique that I use to see one of my past lives, which is honestly the only past life I've ever seen through astro projection, astral traveling. And like astral projection can come in many different ways, right? Which I fail to understand is that when you use clairvoyance and you're able to take your conscious mind and tap into the vision or the visualization of a you in a different timeline or a you in a different dimension, or you in a past life, you transcend your consciousness, because that's what the astral body is. It is quite literally your consciousness. It moves from this state and it goes back to another. That's that snap. You can give it a body, an etheric body, but all in all, it's still just the consciousness, or what some people consider the soul, that's moving, right? We have portals in our minds, and our consciousness can travel through those portals and go into different places where we currently exist, because there is no time, it's just now. Time really doesn't exist. Time is a measurement for you. That's it. It's just a measurement for you to use while you were here. But when we're talking about a dimensional thing, multiverse shit, it don't exist. The only thing that's happening is right now. And right now is happening throughout the multiverse. Right now, I'm probably asleep in a different timeline because, bitch, I gotta get up early and motherfucking do some billionaire shit. Okay? But yeah, women just so happen to have two portals. Portals where we can travel through the mind and allow life to come in through us. Allow consciousness to come through us, a different conscious being. We form the body for that conscious being and give birth here. I was privileged enough to be able to come to Earth, even though I'm not originally from here, right? What you would consider an Earthling. Earthlings, the original Earthlings were the Titans. That's why everything was big as shit. Trees were big as shit. Animals were big as shit. The animals. They was big as shit. I know I'm being silly, but it helps with harsh conversations. Anywho, that's why animals was big as shit. That's why most Tartarian structures, again, big as the fuck. Who could have stood in this doorway? Bitch, not your tiny ass. No shade, but not your tiny ass. We is hybrids. We is hybrids. Anyway, so, and not only are we hybrids, the and I say winners very loosely because the game ain't over yet. The game ain't over yet, but the winners, right? They were able to have monopolized a section of Earth. Okay? The Garden of Eden was just a project. There were many Gardens of Eden. It wasn't until they was like, shit, we can't handle these titan ass motherfuckers. And this plane of existence is endlessly vast. There is no fucking end. Let's build a nice little safe haven for us. It's a lot of shit beyond the ice walls. And then there's a lot of shit beyond that. There are a lot of things beyond that. I say shit so much I start smelling poop. There's a lot of things beyond that. Yes, now I smell vanilla. So before we segue into whether or not Earth is round and or flat, I want to get this straight. So the experience that I had with my astral projection or meditation, where I got to see a past life for myself, was me as a cat creature, right? The little cat humanoid beings, which probably is the reason why I look so feline now. I look so feline. I look so fine. You get to play on words anyway. Anywho, and y'all it was cool in the beginning. Like I was on some like what's it called? What's it called when you fighting in the arenas? Like I was doing some like some Viking type arena battle or whatever the fuck it's called. And I was winning, and apparently I was the known champ throughout the area, and I had a hater. And the experience, it was so fucked up. It was so fucked up because I got by my hater. And the thing about it is, the way that I went out sounds so like me. Because my thing is, bitch, if I go down, I'm taking your ass with me. You got me fucked up. And that's exactly what happened in that past life. So, she thought, or they thought, that it was over. You know, they got me up out of there real quick. However, at that moment, I ended up tapping into like some type of psychic ability, bitch, and I made that bitch brain explode. And I started freaking the fuck out. Like, what the fuck did I just do? But I didn't care because the bitch stabbed me and now I'm dying and I'm bleeding. And the only thing that was on my mind as I'm covered in blood was to get to my home because that's where my lover was. And I didn't like want to just like leave without seeing them for the last time. So it was just, it was fucked up. But I bring up these two things because of the fact that looking back on them now, my intuition has shown me these visions of these experiences that I've had when I was asking about the Anunnaki, right? Who are they really? Now, the whole thing, really, I would definitely have to sit and interpret so much when it comes to the ice walls and the dome and are we living in a prison. My immediate answer will always be no. That's just what my intuition always tells me. So it's definitely something more to that. I'm not going to talk about that today, though. I'm going to want to try to stay on topic. If you haven't noticed already, I can be quite long-winded. But that's just how I talk. Just stay with me for a sec, okay? So that being said, um, the experience came up again when I was talking about the Anunnaki and the RH negative bloodline, right? There was a time where I was studying the Anunnaki and I was studying it from the perception or the perspective from the holy tablets, right? The one that Dr. Malachi Z. York wrote, the one, the master teacher of the Nuwapian faith or whatever. So it came to my attention because I was just up late one night, but the video that I was watching from Dr. York and the Nuwapians turned off, and it was this other random cosmic storytelling type of thing about the Anunnakis. And I woke up right when they were saying how the Lyran race and the Draco race, okay, not to be confused with reptilian. Y'all keep calling them reptilians. They're Dracos or Dracons, whatever the fuck. Draco Malfoy, bitch. I don't give a fuck. It's them. Okay? They're like dragonoid beings. Like dragons are a type of fucking lizard, bitch. Okay? So that part. Some have wings, some don't. The wings are the status of the hierarchy, right? Of the bloodline. Those who are higher up on the food chain or higher on the hierarchy, on the scale of importance, they have wings. The ones who don't ain't that fucking important. It is what it is. But equally said, you know, some races hold an importance to wings. Others hold importance in horns. Keep that in mind, because bitch, we won't be touching on that again. Now, anyway, I was watching this, right? Because again, I'm giving y'all the setup, right? I'm painting the picture for you guys. I'm putting the pieces together for you because this is how my intuition did it for me. When I asked recently, who the fuck is these Anunnaki really? Right? What's going on with disclosure and why do they name keep coming up but the government isn't talking about them? And how did I fucking get into all of this shit too? So yeah. Apparently the Lyran race and the Dracons were at war. The Dracons were known to invade planets and galaxies, steal their technology, enslave their people type shit, right? Hold on to that. Hold on to that because from them, they're saying that this is the standard for the Dracon race, right? The dragon reptilian race. That's just something they do. So apparently it got so bad when they started fucking with the Lyrans, they was like, look, we got our own technology, we got our own faith, and we are a type of race that have advanced technology and advanced spirituality where they can fucking do magic. And a lot of them mastered a technique where they can bring magic and science together. So they ended up in a war, right? Some of their people apparently was like, no, war is not our way, but other ones was like, fuck that shit, it's our way today. But yeah, so okay, like when I had my personal experience of my timeline, that was like far after that is what my intuition is saying. Like I was born in a time after like we stopped being such a peaceful race, which makes sense. Clearly we chose war and how to like study battle in order to protect ourselves. At the time I wasn't on our so-called home planet. I was on some type of planet that like had many different species or whatever. But it was an arena fight. That's what it is. Yeah. Gladiator match. That's what it was. Thank you, Spirit. I knew you was gonna help me out with that. It was a gladiator match I was in an arena. And I was fucking shit up. Okay, so anyway, let me go back. So that being said, they chose war, and it got so bad to a point where apparently there was a council, a high council of beings that was like, look, y'all need to stop this fight, and we're going to impose a marriage between the two races, right? And this is where you get the concept of, marriage is actually just a contract between two different kingdoms and or dynasties to merge them together so they don't have war. Apparently that's a galactic thing. A dimensional thing, if you will, because I don't believe in that space shit. But I'm gonna tell you why later. Anyway. So they ended up, the intermingling of the races of Lyrans and Dracons created a new race called the Annunaki. Okay? Scaly reptilian skin, but had some fur on there. Okay? Bitch, what your skin looking like? Oh, okay. You got a little hair on there too. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Anywho. Yeah, so didn't too much look like either one of them, but there was a new characteristic that formed within these beings, and it was horns. But they don't tell you about that part in the thing that I was watching. Okay? My intuition told me about this because I've seen the hieroglyphs. I've studied the orishas, and a lot of them always conveniently have these little head pieces that look like horns. Celebrities like Doja Cat dressing up like demons wearing horns. Lil Nas X stripper dancing on a motherfucking demon with horns. The murals and I forget where. I think it's like the West Coast or something. There was this mural of this being with horns holding the hands of children in either one of his hands, in both of his hands. On either side of him, there were children and he was holding their hands. If you've seen the movie Childhood's End, bitch, you know what I'm talking about. Because when the aliens finally was ready to reveal themselves to humanity, they had a whole stage ready for their ass. The children came out to greet them, and there was a fucking demon with horns holding the hands of your fucking children in either. Get the fuck out of here, bitch. My stomach just dropped. Like, I don't know why people ain't putting the puzzle pieces together. If the motherfuckers in the industry is worshiping a motherfucker with horns and they eating your children, they kidnapping their asses from all across the fucking world, bitch. Got their ass on a fucking plate. But y'all don't put the pieces together when entities or humanoid beings being painted on the walls of the pyramids also fucking have horns. Oh, he blue though, Michaela. I don't give a fuck what color he is. Pay attention. Okay. Can we pay attention? I've said this before. And again, as soon as I say this shit, TikTok be wanting to pull my motherfucking post down. Talking about this violates community guidelines, bitch. Where? I'm always on it with the fucking community guidelines, bitch. Who reported this post? I know y'all asses be working fucking behind the screen, just waiting until you see some shit, bitch. TikTok got moderators that sit in the background, and those are the motherfuckers reporting your post talking about some community guidelines. That's it. While your post is loading, it's under review. It's gonna sit there for a hot second, and then you turn around and come back, bitch, it's been reported. Then they synced the shit. They synced and it was like, bitch, we can't have you talking about this. Ooh. Press the button on your ass. And it is what it is, bitch. That's why I'm on Rumble and I'm talking my shit. Okay. So yeah, or whatever. The thing about it is, we just almost an hour in. Look, the thing about it is, I've mentioned this before about how when y'all notice the puzzle pieces could fit, you look away because you don't like the picture that these two puzzle pieces will create. You go, I don't like that picture. I'm going to make these fit somewhere else. No, they go together. They go together. Like Ike and Tina, bitch. Like white on rice, bitch. They go together. So, why did I bring that up? I'll tell you. When we're talking about races that, like the humans in the movie Avatar, right? Because they showed up as humans, but what did they end up doing? In order to inhabit the planet, right, to roam on the planet Pandora, they had to kidnap. Because this is the dark truth. Ain't nobody talking about how these motherfuckers got the genetic code from these people in order to make the clones in the fucking first place. Who did they kidnap? Who did they kidnap? Oh, okay. Anyway, when you extract genetic coding from a person, a physical being that you plan to clone, right? What the clone eventually grows into, once he is done forming all his cells, the end product will look like the same motherfucker you kidnapped. Or I'm sorry, borrowed the genetic coding from. Each time, these clones that they use to imprint their consciousness into, they was full grown adults that had to learn to walk again, learn to move their hands and relearn mobility. Okay, so yeah, that part. um Again, in order to roam on that planet, they had to steal the genetic coding. So not only are they already a mixed race between two different dimensional beings, they are also now mixing their mixed race DNA with original beings from another dimension in order to inhabit their realm. Now, it's a bunch of dimensional shit to unpack within that. I'm gonna say that for next time because today is just sharp value shit. If you fuck with what I'm talking about, please tune into part two because then I will go into more detail. So yeah, I'm still surprised that everyone's seen the movie Avatar, but no one wants to ask who exactly are the humans in that movie supposed to be representing. I mean, so many of you out there state that the movie Avatar is more of a documentary for Earth than who are the blue giant people. Who were the humans supposed to be representing? I find it very interesting that recently, when I saw the latest Avatar movie, I was watching it. I had the privilege of watching it with Spanish subtitles. Now, am I fluent in Spanish? No, I'm not. However, I am quite. Yo español un poquito. Yo hablo español un poquito. Just a little bit. I speak Spanish a little bit. Okay, bitch, that's what I just said. But anyway, that being said, as I was listening, because it was speaking in English, but the subtitles at the bottom was in Spanish. When they called them sky people, because that's what they call the humans in the movie, the term came up at the bottom, those from the heavens. I dropped fuck everything. I was like, bitch. The first thing that popped into my mind was the word Annunaki. I said, bitch, those from the heavens. Doesn't Annunaki means those down from what the fuck? From the heavens down to earth came. Okay. Those from the heavens down to earth came. Now, the way my intuition tells me that happened was a portal opening up in the skies above, them coming through it, and them coming down, right? Because from the heavens means, bitch, you got where the fuck you come? Bitch, you fell from the sky, bitch. It was a hole in the sky that opened up and you fell from it. Okay? Didn't Chicken Little say the sky is falling? Bitch, the sky is falling. The sky got a hole in it. Okay, anyway. Because y'all got to start putting the pieces of the puzzles together. Okay? So, that being said, the Annunaki, right? And again, as I was watching the most recent Avatar movie, I saw this on the subtitle called The Sky People, Those from the Heavens. Not to mistake them for the wind people, right? The people who traveled on the wind, bitch, they through going through the skies. Why they not called sky people? Bitch, because the sky is falling. There's a hole in the sky. And they want to make sure everybody know, bitch, they came from beyond that hole in the sky. From the fucking heaven. Anyway, so my intuition showed me that word. And then I put the puzzle pieces together. And I was like, so the humans that is on planet Pandora stealing the liquid gold from the motherfucking ancient whale beings. Wasn't there a while back when y'all started to make the connections that whales have hands and they look like people hands? Oh, okay. Okay. They was extracting the liquid gold for what? Health and longevity of life. Why are they so obsessed with living forever? Have y'all asked yourself that? Because, bitch, I did. I said, Spirit, why is they so obsessed with life? Then I heard and saw the word vampire. And I was like, bitch, vampires, you know, if they get exposed to the sun or is killed before their time, they wither, their bodies decay. And I was like, decay? Yeah, decay. There's something there. Then I seen the motherfucking Epstein bitch ass. When they was talking about, you know, when you eat certain things you shouldn't, your body starts to decay. Then my mind jumped fast forward or rewind it back to again when I was studying the holy tablets and the Annunaki. There was a part of the book when they was telling the story of Inky taking his hybrid children to their original planet and or plane of existence, and him telling his children not to eat anything there because they would surely die. Don't that sound like, and then I seen all the motherfucking Greek mythology shit that I used to study and shows about it that I used to watch, and how if you go in the underworld, you can't eat shit from the underworld because bitch, you will die and you will have to stay there. So yeah. So yeah. I'm trying to tell you, are you putting the puzzle pieces together? Is the picture being painted enough? Or you just like, bitch, what does that have to do with this? Keep thinking that. Keep thinking that. Because you was in denial. And it's okay. It's okay. It's not. But I mean, you can stay there. Don't drown in the river of denial is all I'm saying. But yeah, so it came to my enlightenment, right? I was enlightened to the fact that, oh, because they're not from this realm and they have to inhabit clones. And what we know about clone technology is that they don't last for very long, right? They have a short lifespan, and in order to increase the longevity of the lifespan of the clone, they have to partake in certain liquid gold. Now, that liquid gold, bitch, that's plasma. Have you ever been to a blood bank before? Have you ever donated your blood or your plasma from your bloodstream? Michaela, why are you stressing the fact that your plasma comes from your blood? Well, my friend, don't vampires drink blood? Okay. If it's after the plasma, then bitch, they can just get it straight from your blood and their bodies will absorb the plasma from the blood. It just so happens nowadays, look at your bitch. Flow all you want. I'm talking. I'm talking. I'm saying the things. Okay. Anyway, so okay. That's my peoples. Okay. My fault. I didn't mean to cut you out. I didn't mean to use the profanity on you. Y'all know I'm always on guard. Okay, I'm always on guard. I'm always alert for the fuckery. Anyway, so so now they got the technology to where they can separate it straight up. However, the things that we can talk about with, adrenochrome and all of that stuff, boo, that's a cocktail. You like drinks, right? You like to mix your favorite indulgence with something else that you might like. It's not that they need the adrenochrome. The adrenochrome gets them high. The nutrients is in the plasma, in the bloodstream. So you mix adrenaline with the plasma in the blood. You got a fucking party for their asses right there. Okay? Anywho, we talked enough about the Annunaki. Let's get into this RH blood. So, I brought up the fact that I've had a past life as a different being, okay? Not organic to earth realm. Now, I bring that up because I myself is RH negative. I won't say exactly what blood type I am, but it's the one that they, yeah. So, anyway, I'm talking too much. So, I am RH negative. Now, it has come to my attention that most people with RH negative bloodline feel that they are far away from home. Like they feel this sense of longing, like they're not where they belong. You still belong here, because guess what? You was granted the gift of being able to be born through your mama's hoo-ha. So you supposed to be here, but you gotta watch out for the sky daddy, because he know who you is. And Mama Earth runs shit around here because this is her plane of existence. She is the guardian of this realm. And if you was born here through a hoo-ha, then you had her permission to incarnate here. She is the gateway that allows souls to pass within her web. If you didn't have the permission to go through her web, then you wouldn't have got through it in the first fucking place. And those who are trapped on the outside need to make soul and blood contracts and be conjured through witchery and fuckery and shit like that. They gotta get a fucking anchor. And if you got their blood ties, RH negative, that's what I'm saying. They know who you is. They watch you and wait like a fucking predator. Like the movie. We gonna bring Did y'all see the most recent Predator? Predator Badlands? No, it's Predator Outlands. Did y'all see the part in that movie where he had the and I'm talking. Mama, where's you at? Okay, yeah. I fucking flex with my motherfucking spider gang. Fuck you talking about? Anywho, the movie Predator Bat Outlands. Predator Outlands, right? In the movie, one of the predators had horns on his head, and at the end of the movie, this same motherfucker that was acting like he was top of the food chain, he was the head honcho, showed up again with his horns, his crown piece that had horns. The symbolism be there. The symbolism be right there in y'all face. Anyway, so yeah, that part. And then their name is Predator. Don't y'all be fucking hating the fucking PDF files, but y'all love the movie Predator so much. A PDF file is a fucking predator. Pedophilia. Predator. Anyway. Pedophile. Predator. Anyway, so yeah. Lurking and watching their prey. Grooming their prey. Hunting their prey. Anyway. So yeah. Those of you with the RH negative blood, it is not what you were probably letting to believe that it's like some alien bloodline. It is, but it's a dimensional thing. And by that, I mean it's a soul thing, right? Your soul has a genetic code, has a genetic marker, and it expresses through your DNA or the lack thereof in certain, receivers on your DNA coding in or bloodstream. Okay? Now that we've gotten that out the way, if RH negative individuals are those whose souls are not originally from this plane of existence, right? Why would that be? Well, my friend, when you get to talking about bloodlines, you understand that if, let's say, a pale skin or European mixed into, a copper Native American race, and I say copper because it's this whole thing. I'm not talking about it. Go look up Dan Calloway if you want to know. Anyway, copper colored, okay, brown, red undertone, okay, they mix. The brown could incarnate through their bloodline or vice versa, but normally it's through the female, right? So the male being introduced to the female's bloodline, he can incarnate down the line throughout the family tree. Okay, so that being said, because the human race of today is literally a hybrid race of the combined genetic coding of the ancient earthlings and the invaders, okay, brought together depending on the soul, you will know whether or not, depending on the RH negative, right? The proteins outside of the bloodstream, the blood cell. If the soul is from here or not, right? I don't feel like I explained that properly. Okay, so help me, spirit. I mentioned that we are hybrids. Okay. Right. Okay. Yeah, I think I did. I think I explained that right. Yes. We are hybrids. Yes. So they can incarnate here, right? However, only those with the permission to incarnate here can actually incarnate here, right? It just so happens that certain ones were able to be here and create clones in some type of anchor in order for them to come back, right? And cheat their way through the system, through the web to stay here. Now, that being said, their new way of coming in is through those RH negative beings, right? Your soul isn't from here, but you were given permission to incarnate here by Mother Earth, Gaia, whatever beautiful name you would like to give her. Okay, she goes by many. That being said, the reason why they keep an eye on you is to hopefully utilize your vessel to do what? Push their agenda, spread their doctrine, maybe, or to use your vessel, right? Snatch your consciousness the fuck up out of there, throw your ass in a motherfucking tank somewhere, and walk around in your body car. And people be wondering, why the fuck our show speed seems so different now? Why the fuck Casanat seems so different now? Did anybody check on their blood records? Are they RH negative or RH positive? They know who you are. They know who you are. And they test the waters to see if you know who you are. Because if you know who you are, you're not gonna fuck with them. Because 9 times out of 10, you were able to incarnate in this realm the organic way because you said middle finger to my haters. Okay, I'm not with your shit no more. Fuck off. And they got you up out of here, and then you were able to incarnate through this realm, right? Kundalini activist shit. Y'all know it when you feel that pressure in your spinal cord. Okay. So that being said, right? What time is it? We're doing pretty good on time too. That being said, right? Be careful, right? With signing contracts and or deals because magic is real. And these entities know magic because, like I said, Mother Earth practices magic. Each dimension has their own style of magic if they are spiritually in tune. It just so happens that the Anunnaki are part Lyran and they too have spiritual connections. So they utilize it accordingly. You can call it magic, you can call it witchcraft, whatever the fuck you want to call it. It's energy manipulation. That's all magic is. That's all spirituality is because the spirit, the soul is energy, matter. You can fucking understand that. You can manipulate it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You know. So, yeah. Um, if you are RH negative, be careful. Okay. A lot of you probably won't remember that time when you were an Anunnaki because it is traumatic. Period. Look up the movie Jupiter Ascendant. Okay. Look up the movie Jupiter Ascendant. The main character there, she was an Anunnaki. right? She said, middle finger to my haters. I'm not going to go along with this fuckery anymore. We're resetting planets, wiping them out, leaving nothing just to start it again, according to your doctrine. Farming these folks. Got the loose actor. Okay. Okay. In the movie Jupiter Ascending, she was told that in her past life, she was one of the royals, right? One of the high royals. She was a queen mother of these beings who looked humanoid, but were literally the big boss over top of the Greys and the Dracons. You know that lizard man in the movie Jupiter Ascendant with the motherfucking wings. What was he? The general? Okay, that means he's high fucking ranking. Anywho. Interesting enough, I didn't see the Nordics in there. But according to my intuition, they're a newer race and another created race. Yeah, so let's move on. I think we talked about RH negative enough. Now it's time to get into the good shit. Actually, flat Earth is really going to be really quick because, like, I feel like we've kind of been touching on it, like little Easter eggs here and there, while I'm talking about dimensions and not outer space and different planets and different timelines. A different timeline means a different life. Different life means whether it was past, present, or future, it's all the same. It's happening right now. So when you tap into it, you experience it as if it's happened right now. Okay? So that being said, yeah, when I tell you this is gonna fuck y'all head up. Because I'm gonna piss off the round earthers and the flat earthers when I say this. Have y'all ever noticed, like like a while ago, I was listening to Rod Hayes, and he was on somebody's platform. I'm getting a little sleepy, so now I feel a little sleepy. He was on someone's platform, right? And someone asked him a question or whether the earth was flat or round, and he said, it's both and then it's not both at the same time. And that's all he said. He didn't go further. And at the time, I felt like that was a vague ass motherfucking answer. Is he just saying that to like not like piss off flat earthers or like trying to stay neutral about the whole situation? But the reason why my intuition brought that up was because I am being enlightened to why he said that, because it's quite literally is. You know how round earth suggests that, it just keeps going. If you can walk from one end to the next, you just keep ended up walking around in a circle. However, you wouldn't be walking around in a circle. You would just keep walking into infinity and fucking beyond. There's no edge. Even when you see those maps that suggest flat earth, right? Which is really just showing there is earth and then there is a wall. Well, there are the continents and then there's walls encasing the continent. And you'll see like at the edge of the map is someone like a drawing of someone lifting the page and seeing even more shit beyond that. And y'all like, oh, see, we live in a dome because there's something beyond the dome. No, that is the veil. He's lifting the page to show you that beyond these walls, it keeps going, right? The veil is perception, it is mind, what you can conceive. But if you don't put borders around your mind, then you will be able to know and see that there is shit that keeps going and it keeps going and it keeps going and it keeps motherfucking going. My intuition showed me this, the graph, right? The excuse me, the graph of the graph chart, right? From is it algebra? Mathematics, bitch. It's math. Okay. It is the graph chart, that makes the little T and the arrows on either side. But when you put in the code, the X axis, the Y axis, and you get closer and closer to the line, right? It just keeps going into infinity. It doesn't touch the line, right? It just keeps going and going and getting closer and closer and closer, but never really touching it, right? Isn't that interesting? It keeps going into infinity and beyond. Into infinity and beyond. Not to say you can't cross those lines, but when we specifically have numbers associated with the line and keep going and keep going and keep going and keep going and keep going, it's the slopes, right? They keep going and they curve up against the line and they keep going. The lines, the y-axis and the x-axis, are symbols of going into infinity and fucking beyond, right? Now we talked about flat Earth. Like I said, quick and straight to the point. And it's that way because it's not planetary. It's plane, like not like an airplane, like it's leveled out, but technically yes. My ears ringing. Technically yes, okay, but it's in plane like a realm, like it's just here, and it just keeps going till fucking ever. There is no end. There is no edge, right? So that being said, I'm interested because we're gonna go to center Earth now. I'm interested to see um how this concept of even center Earth came about if the Earth is flat, bitch. Because I know I've read it. I've read Dr. York's supposed excuse me um theory that planets are like egg shapes or like a bell, and that's how the center is, right? So when I asked this question to my intuition, it showed me this image of an article that I saw a couple of years back of someone like there was somewhere, I think in like not the Middle East, the East continent. I think it was like in Eurasia. Maybe it was Japan or China. I'm thinking it was Japan. It was one of them. And the ground opened up, and they saw like this lush greenery, like a little creek and or water flowing underneath it. And they was like, "Dang, that looked nice." Like it was big ass trees growing, in like this pocket underground. And the thing about it is that is exactly what it is. His concept of center Earth is it's a pocket underneath the ground. To imply that its center means that it is the core of Earth round. But if Earth is just a flat plane and or round that just keeps going till forever, it's not the center. The center is actually where we are now within the ice walls because the walls weren't always ice. They used to just be mountain ridges, right? Y'all seen the maps. Okay. Anyway, yeah. It's just a fucking big ass underground city. That's it. But there's plenty of fucking underground cities. Case in point, this was the other experience that I didn't tell y'all. So there was one time in my life where like I was like down bad, down real bad, like staying at a transitional house that was on like Catholic church property, and it was owned by nuns, Catholic church nuns, which is why I definitely know for a fact that the demons that y'all be talking about, the industry be worshiping, same motherfuckers in the churches. Cause how could some creepy weird ass shit happen like that on supposedly sacred grounds? Anyway, I'm gonna tell you what happened. So at the time, I was learning about Center Earth, and I was hearing how they had children, come from out of there a long time ago, and these children can do amazing shit, right? Psychic abilities, all the whole nine. So I'm gonna cut it close after this because the last topic we finna come up on. Okay, so we, by we I mean myself and this other mom friend. I was pregnant at the time. I was probably like, I was showing, bitch. I was in the birth. I was probably like 6, maybe 8 months along. No, I think it was like 7 months along. One of them. And see how hard I'm not trying to say. Yeah, anyway, so it was one of them. But yeah, so like it was just really interesting to me because at the time I was all stuck on the fact that I'm about to have my first child and the world is fucked up and I don't want to bring my daughter into this world. Like if I could, I'd be living anywhere else with her. And this sounds like the spot to be. Center of the earth, they teaching children how to motherfucking move shit with their mind and speak telepathically and levitate and all this amazing shit. I thought it was super cool. But I did not know how wrong the fuck I was. I ended up going back to my room because remember we're in a transitional house and owned by the Catholic Church and ran by the nuns. And I went to my room and I was super sad and super depressed, in a very vulnerable, energetic state. When you get like that, you become wide open to be able to be heard by these entities if you call out to them. So I got on my knees in a prayer position and was just bawling. I was just like, please, 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 please. And I just kept saying it. Amongst other things, I won't say, but I was asking for them to come get me, bitch. And then when I finally stopped crying, got my shit together, I went to sleep. Got in the bed, went to sleep. It just so happens it felt like no time had passed at all, but I'm sure lots of time did because I woke up Remember how I said I woke up before again? Yeah, it was one of those moments. I woke up, but this time I couldn't move. Now, mind you, this experience happened before the other one. So this was my first encounter with weird shit in my sleep or sleep state, right? That delta brainwave state. Anyway, there was this little girl standing on the edge of my bed, right? And not on my bed, but at the edge of my bed. Because I was sleeping in a twin size bed and she was standing real close to me. But she wasn't sitting on the bed. She was literally close enough to where she could touch the bed with her side. And mind you, it was a little girl. She was wearing the same or similar nightgown, exact same nightgown, honestly. But it was fit for her, like a small girl. So she was just staring at the doorway, and I was like, where the fuck this little girl come from? She is freaking me out. And mind you, this whole time I couldn't move, I couldn't talk. I was thinking this, but I didn't notice that I couldn't move until I tried to turn over and go, little girl. Like I tried to turn over and reach for her. Just timidly, but still, I was like, little girl, where do you come from? Where's your mother? Why is you here? Type shit, right? So yeah, I couldn't move, and once I realized that, I started to panic a little bit. Like I can't move. There's a little girl standing on the side of my bed, and she's creeping me the fuck out because she's not looking at me, but she's staring at the doorway. Why is that happening? And at the floor by her feet, I can see like the shadow of this like light flickering back and forth, like somebody was walking through the hallway with a flashlight looking for some shit. And I'm like, what's happening? What's happening? And I tried super, super hard to sit up, and I got like just a little bit up. And then I started to say something, and the little girl, she raised her hand and she slammed it down through the air. Didn't hit anything, didn't hit me, but she was just like, sit down and shut up. She said, sit down and shut up. And I laid back flat down and I didn't say shit. And I was just sitting there scared and nervous. The only thing I did, because again, I'm pregnant at the time, I just moved my hands to just circle around my belly. And I'm like, I don't know what's happening. I'm scared. I just don't want nothing to happen to my baby. Just no. And eventually the light went away and she turned to me and said, it's safe now. And left. I was like, what the fuck? What the fuck? I was scared as shit, y'all. I ain't even gonna lie. Um, I left out of that room with caution, definitely with caution, because I'm like, she was scared of whatever the fuck was on the other side of that door with that light. And I went out of my room next door to the girl who I was watching those videos with talking about center of the earth. And I told her what the fuck happened. She was like, boo boo, you need to be careful what the fuck you be asking for. And I was like, you don't think it was them? If that's the case, why are they not safe, bitch? What's going on in the center of the earth? Again, I told y'all, I had this enlightenment, and it was just vision after vision after vision of all of these past experiences that I had. When I asked the question, who the fuck is the Annunaki really? Who are they really? Yeah. When I asked, why did you show me that experience that I had? And then they showed me the image of the children. And I was like, so who are those children if they escaped from there and wasn't like just released and sent away from there? Then the anime that I watched for so many years, even now, I read the whole comic. The manga don't really match up with the ending, how everything ended it, but it's cool. It'd be like that sometimes. But anyway, the anime, the manga is called Promise Neverland, where these children found out that they was living on a fucking farm disguised as an orphanage, and there were lots of them. They weren't the only one, and they were farms because they were bred through cloning, some, and then others were like, inseminated. They had what they called carriers, which were mother surrogates that was giving birth to the children so they can be raised to be eaten. The brain was a delicacy. And in the end of this storyline, Promise Neverland, children escape from this realm through what seemed like a tunnel and or portal to what was called the human realm, right? Because the realm that they was living in was ran by demons and monsters. And some of the demons was nice. They always want to tell you that. Some of them, they not. It's not all of them. It's not all of them, Mika. I'm gonna tell you this right the fuck now. You right, but it's not how you think. It's not all of them, and it's some good ones, and those are the ones like in Jupiter Ascendant that said, "Fuck this cycle. I'm not doing this shit no more." And when you go against the system, their system, they take you out. Then you gotta fucking roam your soul and reincarnate in a whole different realm just to be feeling some motherfucking peace and shit. Just to find out that bitch, they got a foothold here too. And they fucking up shit over here too. But you have opportunity to fight fire with fire, which is why you were brought here. Right? Help Mother Gaia and her children. She loved me. She fucked with me hard. I really appreciate that. For real. Um, but she know I'm a fucking psychopath because where I'm from, I do a good job not holding it in, but keeping it tame, keeping it tame. Okay. Mm, so yeah, it's it's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy, but that's the whole center Earth theory. Now let's talk about disclosure day. Last topic at hand, and then I'm gonna go and work and go to sleep with my lovelies. So the thing about it is, right, uh whew, headache. Anyway, not headache, just a little slight pressure. Not even like a migraine pressure, like a dizziness. Um Disclosure day. I won't talk too long on this either. We can talk more about it the next live. But I feel like again, I've touched on it enough. You should get the picture by now. The movie Disclosure Day that came out, I'm gonna be honest with you, I have not seen that shit because fuck that movie. Fuck that movie. Fuck that movie. Fuck the spokesman for Disclosure, bitch, because he talking about some. He don't want people to see the aliens as demons because that's not a good look. and they here to help us. Stop lying through your lizard ass fucking mouth and teeth. Stop that. Stop that. You creeping me out. Stop it. This person, okay, don't want you to make the connection that the aliens is demons, bitch. But quite literally, the movie came out already through Netflix called Childhoods and letting y'all know that motherfucking playtime is over. Playtime is over. You best start shaping up real quick, okay? Let that innocence die. Y'all need to stop being so fucking green out here thinking that these motherfuckers is here to help you at all. Because they said the same shit in the movie Childhoods in, oh, the aliens here save humanity from themselves. Oh, soon as we motherfucking let our guards down, the motherfuckers show up looking like the motherfucking Satan himself, bitch, with the hooves, feet, motherfucking tail swinging all over the place, and big ass fucking horns, and naked ass fucking red skin ass body. Bitch ain't even had no suit on, bitch. Ain't even fucking put no motherfucking clothes on, bitch. Just fucking out here. Anywho, yeah, that part. So that being said, I'm gonna be having so much fun on Rumble because I probably would have had my shit striked by now if I was on YouTube. Definitely on TikTok. Definitely not on TikTok. They just not having that shit on TikTok. Anyway, so yeah, demons. They said the same thing. We here to save humanity from. We here to save yourself from yourself. But what they do in the end, they blew up the whole motherfucking earth realm, bitch. Reset y'all ass. What happened when you playing a video game, right? And somebody pulled a plug and it looked like a fucking explosion and then this shit just collapsed? That's what happened to the planet. They just reset your shit. They just turned your TV off. Turn the TV off. Turn the TV off. Turn the TV off. Turn the TV off. Oh, okay. Y'all think y'all be knowing what the fuck y'all be singing along to. You don't. You don't. But yeah. Anyway. So yeah, we don't want y'all to see them as demons. Some reptilians is nice. No. Those of us who are nice were born like regular fucking human people. And we don't really know how to shapeshift with this body. We can shapeshift using mindset, bitch. I can be fucking a goddess today and I can be motherfucking not so much so tomorrow. Right? A few moments from now. Yeah, and still, I'm a totally different person. Right? So that being said, we were given, just like in Jupiter Ascendant, the approval to incarnate here. We here now. What they say, bitch, we outside. We is active. We in there. Yeah, get in there. Yeah. We is in here. Wobble, baby. We is in here. And we amongst the people. All the motherfucker who ain't amongst the people, that ain't us. Them motherfuckers are not the good ones. Those are bad bags. I'm laughing, but I'm so serious. So yeah, if you haven't seen the movie Childhood's End, It came out 2025 U.S. calendar, right? This side of the calendar, because apparently other calendars is different. And motherfucker, I got folks from all around the world. Okay, I bet your bitch found out she was international today. Okay, your witch found out she was international today, and I'm happy for me. I'm quite happy for me. So yeah, I got folks all around the world. But just look up the movie Childhood Zen. It came out a while ago. Okay, so what have we learned? Okay, the headpieces that look like horns being associated with deities and or gods of supposed melanated race, right? What else? The loosh, bitch, the liquid gold, and how the humans from Pandora's Box, Avatar, the movie, were trying to extract that liquid gold. Interesting also, another thing to note, another thing, little tidbit to note was that whole thing with the guy being raided. Was it some Chinese looking, some Asian looking guy with not no disrespect to my Chinese folks. I only say that because his name was Jew, but I'm not even sure if that's a common name in China. But he was Asian. His name was Jew. His name was Jew. Not like Jew, like Jewish, but it's interesting how those two sound similar. You know what also is interesting? How they have a statue of a motherfucker with horns, bitch. Okay, that's it. We not gonna do no recap, but just yeah. Start putting the pieces of the puzzles together, especially when they fit, even if you don't like the fucking picture it's painting. So what I'm saying is, motherfuckers tell your ass to get in the car. Come. Then your motherfucking mother teach your ass not to talk to strangers and not to go nowhere with no motherfucking strangers. Bitch, you don't know them. You heard from somebody who heard from somebody who heard from some motherfucking body that that's who they are. Bitch, you don't know them. You don't know them. Sit your ass down. Come in the car. Come in the UFO. Come in the spaceship. Come get in the mothership. We got lollipops and cool kitchen gadgets. All right. Rapture. We're gonna rapture your ass, all right? Eat y'all ass up because y'all so nice, which means delicious. And y'all so meek, which means soft and gentle. Y'all just gonna be soft and gentle while the snakes slowly just gobble your ass the fuck up like a fucking big ass motherfucker. Anaconda, bitch. We're done. Okay. Mika has spoken. Darling, okay? That's it. That's all we talk about. Shit, tune in next time to part 2, where I burst your motherfucking bubbles out here. Because the only one who's going to save you is you. The messiahs throughout time was telling y'all that. Become your own God. Get in touch with Christ consciousness. Get your own motherfucking halo, bitch. They is literally passing the motherfuckers out when you start learning how to use your intuition. You be enlightened to all kinds of shit. Okay? Learn to use your intuition. When you do that, you'll be popping. Okay? You'll have your own little halo. Halo. Ooh. Okay? Get y'all shit together. Save yourself. And stop looking for a sky daddy to do it for you. Because when he come here, you're going to be highly disappointed. All I'm saying is, for his ass to leave for a motherfucking milk or a pack of cigarettes and not come back so long until you were ready. Until I was ready for what? Until I felt sympathy enough to accept your ass back, and no matter how you look, get the fuck out of here. Bye bye. That being said, bye bye, y'all. I love y'all. I know I'm gonna skip or whatever. Thanks for listening and have a good night. Oh, it's time to go.